What's good, everybody? Episode 7, man. Let's get to it, y'all. This video is definitely going to be one of the ones, so definitely comment, like, subscribe, all them good things, because today I'm just going to be talking about, like, is college worth it? The importance of an internship, different skills that you can attain other than getting a college degree, right? So this video is definitely going to be just some key insight for whatever stage you at. Like if you are just starting to apply for college, or even during college, and shoot, even after college too, right? So this video is for all types of people. So definitely subscribe, y'all, and let's get to it. So this is the question that everybody asks, right? $1 million question: is college worth it? And to be honest, it really depends on the major you take, right? So like, just off the top of my head, like I feel like anything with like healthcare, like law, business, like those majors are relatively always hiring, right? But it just depends on what you like, right? What classes you can handle, and does this job has a successful outlook, right? So that's the main thing. Like, are you getting a degree that will sustain over 5 years, 5, 10 years, 15 years, right? Because it's like now with AI, like all this AI stuff going on. So it's like a lot of jobs are going to be replaced. So the question is now, so did people from 2015 to 2025, are they're saying their jobs are going to get taken by AI by 2030? So really, all the people that's going to college, your jobs going to get taken by AI, allegedly, right? So that's why it's important too, is to even when, like they say, AI might take your job, that's just like the next wave. So instead of like crying and complaining, just try to find areas that you can work your way in, into this new world of AI and technology. Now, and also I would say, is college worth it for the debt? Now, it's like kind of yes and no, because it's like you can go into different lanes, like getting a trade and become a plumber takes less time, less debt, and you working for yourself, right? On like school, as soon as you sign up for them classes, like you already you're already in debt if you don't have enough money to pay for it, right? Like if you're using student loans, right? So now you're thinking about that, and then that's going to be, sometimes they do like, okay, if you're in school, no interest, but then 6 months after you graduate, then they will start applying interest. But it's just that you can possibly not finish college and still have debt, or you can graduate from college, and still have that debt, and you possibly may not have a job that first two years, right? It's possible. People go through that, y'all. People will go through 4 or 5 years of getting a degree. You come out, but if you don't have an internship, or sometimes that you know that if you're just applying just in the job market, that can be tough too. But with an internship, you do have a better edge. But still, you still have to interview and apply for that position. So it's just a lot, bro. It's just a lot, because even when you apply for that position, you don't know you might get the job. So now you're thinking like, okay, you just graduated from college, and now you got this debt. Now you might not even get the job. And now this forces you to get a job that's not even in your field. So that's why it's important to just get internships, right? So, but overall, is college worth it? Yes. It's just about getting them internships and really networking with people in your classroom, right? That's what it really comes down to networking to people in your classroom. So, like, and let's graduate with a plan, right? Let's pick a degree that is actually going to be valuable in the next 5 to 10 years, that is going to hold some weight, right? Because, if a person that's graduating with, let's just say, and I'm not bashing nobody when I'm saying this, but let's just say if someone graduate college with an arts degree rather than a person who graduated from a college with a, um, I don't know, lawyer's degree, right? Like, the value of them degrees, right? So that's the thing too, is just understanding, really doing the outlook, really seeing if this job can match your pay, right? Because that's what it comes down to. Like, can you handle like the schoolwork that come with it, and does it align with your pay? Okay, so that's why it's important to do early research, right? Like, just Google, hey, what's the outlook of this job? What is the pay for this job, right? So always graduate with a plan. And when you graduate from college too, don't just stop there. Don't just stop, hey, I got my degree, I'm done learning, I can sit back, I can enjoy life. No, you still want to learn, you still want to grow, you still want to be better than the person you was when you graduated. So that's always key. Let's just not to become stagnant, right? Because sometimes having a college degree can get to people's heads like, yo, like I just graduated, I'm done learning, I did all that crazy studying, but that's when you become stagnant. So you should always want to grow, always take on a new skill, right? Learn even new stuff, right? So you just always want to have your brain, your mind learning and growing. So don't just stop there, guys, with after you graduate with college. Now, this it now this what hurt me, y'all. Internships. And I played it down. Like I thought that internships, like, I don't know, but I just thought that with internships, I'm thinking like, do I really want to get paid less money or no money, and I'm working at a job and I'm going to school. See, at the time I was comfortable, right? And I didn't look at it from an example like, bro, if I can just, thug it out with like the bare minimum of this job, but show them that I'm a good worker, then they can hire me as soon as I graduate from college. That's different, right? So them internships are very crucial, and it took me a year to even find a job. So I feel like that plays a part of it too, because when you don't have an internship and you are applying to jobs, like even through Handshake, even through Indeed, even through LinkedIn, right? It's just like, I'm not gonna say it's like thin air, but you're racing against a pool, right? Like you're racing against thousands of other people that's applying for this job. So your resume got to be tight and sharp and everything. Like, so it's really competitive, and it's just that with it being competitive, you might go through them late interview rounds and not get the job. So that's why it's important, y'all. My bad. I kind of lost my train of thought. Um, so yeah, y'all. That's why I say like internships matter, because instead of not having an internship, it's better to have an internship than to not have one, right? And that's what I wish I would have did, is just took the internship route, right? And that's what happens when you are the first person to graduate in your family. Like, you're gonna get like just like your head bump a few times, because if I would have knew, man, if I would have knew what I knew now, I would have did an internship, right? Like I would have easily did an internship. Said skip the job I'm at right now, do the internship. Oh yeah, because it's like once you apply through like Handshake or like LinkedIn, Indeed, I ain't gonna lie, it's like you throwing your application in the ocean, because you're like literally fighting against thousands of other people for that job. So your resume gotta be on point. And I feel like what would give people an edge is internships. So that's why it's so important, because it took me a year to find a job right after college. So, And I know some people be longer, shorter, but that's my story, and that's why I will stress the importance. Like, even if, like, to be honest, I don't care what degree you obtain, just get an internship for it. Because the worst feeling, I'm not gonna lie, the worst feeling ever is you work so hard for something, years, then you finally see the gratification, like, okay, the degree, the graduation, the ceremony, and then you're still fighting for a job. Like, that's not a good feeling or a good position to be in. And that's the position I was in. That's the position I was in. So I just hope that if you in college or you finna graduate, please do whatever you can to get your hands on the internship. I like Handshake. Those are be like some good job companies that be offering internships. So definitely try to get your hands on Handshake if your school has that, right? Now, with job hunting, like they're just like, here are just some tips, right, that I learned over the years of just interviewing, like just watching different YouTube trial and error mock interviews, right? You just want to make sure that you practice, okay? Practice with a friend, practice with your mom, practice with your dad, because it's going to release like some pressure, right? Like, you want to make sure that also when you're interviewing that the first impression is everything. First impression is everything. So you want to make sure that you are dressing the best on Zoom or in person. Like, sometimes people be like, "Oh, it's on Zoom, so I don't really gotta dress appropriately." That's the time where you should really shine out. Just throw, and I'm not saying you got to throw in a whole three-piece suit, but at least a suit jacket, at least for a guy, right? So you want to make sure that you looking professional as possible, and also respond quick as possible. Like, once you have like the first interview, right? And they say, "Hey, like the interview went good. When can we reschedule?" Look, make sure that there's no time left when the ball is on your hand, right? So just make sure that you replying quick, right? Like, you replying quick to the messages. So that would just make it seem like, okay, like this guy is serious. And another thing too, I say, just another like job interview tip, like just do as much research on the company as possible. Know what year the company was established, who the CEO is, what products they sell, who they target market, what is their mission statement, um, things in that sort. Look at their webpage. Yeah, look at their website. Look at their, like, just do research on the company. Like, you know how when we be going on somebody's page, and we be looking at people, or we be studying of these, like, these celebrities and stuff. That's the same thing what we should be doing when it comes to these job interviews, searches, right? So you want to make sure that you are researching the company as much as possible, right? Know what they do, right? Know what products they sell to, because that's gonna make you stand out. Know the products too. Gotta know the products. Gotta know, um, like, their niche. You gotta know that, especially if you want to be a part of that. Like, know like their vibe, what they've been doing like the last year, right? So that, like, that's gonna really make you stand out in the jobs interview search. And use all platforms. Don't just use Indeed. Don't just use like job search. Like, go download LinkedIn, go download Handshake, go download, like, those two are some really good things that you can, like, good platforms that you can apply to jobs at: Handshake and LinkedIn. And just networking too. Like, tell people, like, hey, like, go on LinkedIn, hey, I just graduated from college, I'm looking for a job in this role. Like, you can't be scared to put yourself out there, especially when you're looking for a job, especially when you got almost half the credentials that they're looking for, right? And people, only thing they need is just a person with good character. Oh yeah, also too, know their core values too in the company. Know their core values, know their purpose, right? That's gonna really make you stick out. And we can't be so like biased towards the long applications, right? We can't be biased. Sorry, guys. We can't be biased to the long applications. And what I mean by that is, like, including myself, like those those quick applies, like they don't really, they go through the system, like they go through, but sometimes uh, a person who is doing, like, looking for people to hire, they're going to say, "Hey, I like your resume. After our first conversation, here's the link to apply to our job, like to our actual like job." That's why it's important to. Now I know them long job applications do be irritating, and it is time consuming, but that's just part of the process, right? Of looking for these jobs, you're going to have to set time to do the research for the company and do the interview and do the job application. So it might take some time. They might ask you some questions, right? But it's worth it. It's worth it because at least your application is getting sent through, right? Right through HR. It ain't no, oh, HR got to call you and, now you got to do this. Nope. Like, once you feel like the job application out on their webpage and not a quick apply, then you'll be good. And I'm just thinking before I move on, is there any other tips for like job hunting to do? And just be relaxed. Like that's another thing I say. The first, like, even carry yourself to um as far as when you pull up to a job, like everything matters when you're looking for a job, right? So as soon as you pull up, look, already be clean, smell good, speak to the receptionist with, not like, be nice to her, smile, right? That's the first person that you're interacting with. So she gonna tell you, like, your vibe gotta be straight, cause she gonna let you know, oh, his vibe was right. So you gotta be cool with the gatekeeper, the receptionist, whatever you want to call it, right? Be happy, right? Even though it's an interview, don't forget they need you too. Like, so it's a good negotiation, right? Because we both need each other, right? So you can for sure always ask for a higher amount. Never limit yourself. Never be afraid to ask, right? Like, I know that was like my kind of thing, because it was like a big jump. Like, I'm like, used to making this, and then you get a degree and you got experience, and now you can potentially make this or something. Like, it was a little bit of an adjustment to ask for those, like, numbers, right? But you have to ask, because they not gonna give it to you. They don't want to give it to you. You gotta ask. They ain't finna ask. They'll give you the least as possible. They'll say salary ranges from 30 to 40. And if you don't say 40, then you just played yourself. Right? If you say, oh man, I'm good with 30, oh, they're gonna be like, okay, 30 was the shoot. But if you ask for 40, like, no, we can't do 40, we probably can do 35. Hey, at least you ask. So always ask for the higher limit. Always ask. Always shoot for the moon, baby. Always shoot for the moon. So that's another thing, y'all. I hope that helps too. Now, if you're not trying to rack up thousands upon thousands of dollars in debt, right? You may or may not finish college. And then when you do finish college, it's probably going to take you, it says take on average 6 to a year just to land a job. And you might not even land a job in your field. That's why, like, these service jobs are so clutch right now, right? Because you can literally, it would take less time than that, less time, less pay, and you come out your own boss. You can work your own hours. Like, you literally just put yourself on, right? And this is your money in, and you in a service job. Like, people need electricians. People need a plumber, right? People need those type of those service jobs. So shoot, even got me thinking, like, shoot, I might even tap into one of these, because it's just like, it's so lucrative. Like, you can literally learn this skill set. Not only are you helping yourself out, you can also start a business with it, and you can grow that business and then potentially have someone else run it, and then now you're chilling. So, and it just takes less time. That's the thing with like trying to make as much money as possible. Time is the most important thing ever. And we have to start working like 10 times smarter, right? This is takes less years, more money, more business, right? So, I mean, it's just a win-win. So you really can't go wrong with this. You really can't go wrong with getting the college degree. It just depends on your route, and don't let no one make you feel different if you don't want to go the college route, or if you don't want to go the trade route, or if you want to go just the entrepreneur route. Bro, this is America. At the end of the day, you can do whatever you like. You can make money on possibly anything, right? So I just say do whatever what makes you happy, because at the end of the day you gotta live with them decisions. You gotta live with that college debt, or you gotta live with, even if you got to take a loan out to pay for trade school. Okay, so it's just like you got to find out what you like to do, and can you make a business out of this. That's the thing. Working is fine, but we have to start learning how can I work work somewhere or start my own business, then I could potentially pass this down off to my kids. Like, we gotta start thinking like, when we plant our seeds, we gotta start thinking like 50, 100 years. I know that might sound crazy, but that'll just put things in a lot of um, sense for people. Because even though we racing against the clock, it's also our friend too. So, and here goes some skills that pay off, right? So I know like there's like a few different courses. Like, I know Course Career that helps people with like getting into tech, cybersecurity. It's so many like lanes that you can go through without getting a college degree. Or if you don't want to go the trade school route, you can definitely go through learning about cybersecurity, learning about Google analytics, data analytics, learning like Excel, Microsoft, learning everything in that AI tech stuff. Boy, oh boy, just like the database and stuff, like the Salesforce administrator role, like Scrum, like all these tech jobs. Like, the tech jobs is where it's at too, right? That's why I'm going to Afrotech, just to learn more about these tech jobs, and shoot, possibly even start applying to them, because like this is the next wave. Like, companies are spending billions upon billions of dollars on AI. People from different countries are invested billions of dollars into the startup of open AI. So like, this thing is just not like no NFT, right? This ain't no NFT kind of stuff, here today gone tomorrow. Like, this stuff right now, AI, like, this gonna like change the world, and it's better to uh just ride that wave. Because what I'm noticing too, like, because I'm 27, it's like, man, like, this world be in waves, right? Like, the same hustle that was working in 2020 probably not working in 2025. The same hustle that was working in 2008 is probably not working in 2016. So, and why I label those dates, because those were just like some tough times for the economy, and like 2008 and 2020. But certain stuff not going, like for prime example, like even before COVID, Zoom was popping, but it wasn't like that, bro. I'm trying to tell you that much right now. It wasn't like that until after COVID. People like, bro, we can meet at the crib, bro. We can do all this stuff at home. Zoom, bro. Let's do the meeting on Zoom. Talk about the Zoom. Okay, I'm gone. Like, that changed the world, bro. Like, that really elevated technology, COVID. I'm not gonna lie. Like, so you definitely gotta learn like the wave. And I feel like just learn about tech, right? Learn these tech jobs, cause I feel like that's a nice little bag too. People be coming in, you probably be understanding 2 years worth of work, getting your certificates, racking them up, and then shoot, now you working for a good job. So it's different lanes out here, y'all. It's different lanes. Just find a lane that you like. Find a lane that you can see yourself doing. And then also I say network. Network, y'all. Don't be afraid to post on your social media. Hey, I'm looking for a job. Or on LinkedIn or on Handshake, right? Like go to the career fairs that your that your school be having. Trust me, y'all. Y'all not going like don't take that for granted, right? Don't like be serious at them career fairs, right? Be serious because I know Ferris had like a department where you can like apply for jobs. They help you with your resume and stuff. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of all the resources that you got when you graduate. I mean before you graduate, because to be honest, once you graduate, it's over with. It's over with. You're not gonna get that help as much, right? So please guys, take advantage of that. Network. Go to different networking events, right? And pick the right ones. Go to like human resources networking event, right? Go to stuff like that where you putting yourself into positions where you just met a person who works at, I don't know, some company. Now they're the human resource manager. Now they can just plug you in. So and you see how that outcome is different from a person who is just applying on the computer. So you gotta put that extra step in. You gotta put that work in, y'all, when it comes to getting these jobs, because it's possible, right? But it's all about networking. Because even the job I got right now, I got it through somebody I knew. So, right, and I was applying for months, even before graduating college, right? Like, but then it's so important to have internships early, way before you start having bills. Cause look, I'm not finna work no internship, getting paid peanuts, right? And I have accumulated a certain lifestyle, okay? And that's my fault too. Like I was 25. I mean, I have certain bills now, certain stuff I'm doing, certain stuff I have to pay for, right? So it's better to lock in that internship right now, so you can like just stack and like you know your limits. Then once you graduate that higher, then you can blow up. So if I had to do it again, I definitely would go to college. Would I go to college? That's up in the air. But I feel like I definitely give me a trade. Like I definitely give me a trade and definitely start my business and run it from there. Because them service jobs, even in COVID, they still was on and popping. Corporate jobs, hey, you had to pack your bags and we'll call you when this thing is over with. So that taught me a lot, bro. Like COVID really taught me a lot. Like those service jobs are really the ones. So yeah, y'all. So I feel like this is a good video. I really hope that this helped y'all. I really hope I said some key information that will just change your mindset on college or getting trade or just hopping in tech, right? So I kind of went over all three, just tech, college, trade school, and all the routes are good. All the routes are perfect. It just depends on what you want to do at the end of the day, right? So, hey, if y'all like this video, subscribe, like, comment, and definitely tell me what y'all want to know next. Like, definitely let me know in the comments what y'all want to learn more about, what topics y'all want to hear. Okay, so and there's gonna be like more videos too I'm gonna be dropping, like, so be on the lookout for like me talking about like business credit, me talking about investing long term, different types of life insurance. Like, so this channel is really gonna be like really one-on-ones. Like you gonna get like financial tips, personal finance tips, right? Like I will make a video on how to network. So yeah, y'all. Episode 7, man. I really like these over doing like the short videos. I used to like record 2-3 minutes. I used to have to do that every day. But now with this, I could just shoot one time a week and then take edits take clips and then edit them and then put it on IG. So now I got more time to focus on other stuff, right? So that's the goal. Like, just build a business, push it up, and then have someone else run it, and then I go build some other businesses or go do some other stuff with my time, because the goal is financial freedom. So, but I'm sorry, y'all. I know that was a handful, but definitely like y'all. Definitely subscribe. Definitely comment. And I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace.